Alright guys, what's going on? It's Shram here and welcome back to another video I got for you guys today. Today I am bringing you a Call of Duty World War II video. I know I'm a little late. The game came out I don't think it's been a full week yet. I think it's been like 5 or maybe 5 days. I don't know. But I just wanted to bring you guys this video just to kind of talk about some random stuff. Before I get into like the main topic of this video, I want to address some like upload plans, some like upload formalities and stuff like that. So for World War II, I'm not sure if I'm going to pursue this, but I might do another Road to Commander like I did in Modern Warfare Remastered. The only issue with doing a Road to Commander on this game is that I don't want to like burn out on this game or play it too much and get bored of it or lose interest. Like I really don't want to lose interest like halfway through the Road to Commander and then just either end it or just be forced to play a game I don't want to play. Because from the Modern Warfare Remastered Road to Commander, I kind of lost interest like halfway through it. I don't know if you guys were able to tell, but it felt like more of like a chore to record the episodes and stuff like that rather than having fun with it. So I don't want that to happen. I don't really foresee that happening as of now, but like this is within the first week of World War II coming out. So we're all kind of in this honeymoon phase, and I hope this is able to last a while. The last couple of Call of Duty games, there really wasn't much of this phase though, to be fair. In like Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare and in Infinite Warfare, right from the get-go, people didn't really like the games. If I can remember correctly, I feel like the longest honeymoon phase for any of those games was probably Advanced Warfare, because that was the newest. That was the first game that involved the jetpacks and like that kind of movement. So people were just kind of getting used to it and forming opinions on it. But then after they didn't like it, those phases, the honeymoon phases for the sequential games weren't as long. So I think this one is going to last long. I really do, because this game seems to, you know, be good with the community. It's like a fun game. It's all that good stuff. But I'm going to talk about that later. That's just about the RTC though. I will most likely start one. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I feel like I'm gravitating more towards starting one. Maybe next week. I don't want to give like a date for it, just in case I can't, you know, I can't promise that, because I'm not sure if I'll be able to promise that. But anyway, yeah. Road to Commander, most likely going to happen at some point in the near future. Hopefully next week, like I mentioned, that's my goal, but I don't want to say that in stone because it is rather tentative. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, you know, set like a straight layout for it right away. The next thing I want to mention is quickly about my Madden videos, because pretty much since Madden 18 has been out, I've just only uploaded Madden with the occasional like Pokemon, with the occasional zombies, with the occasional Fortnite in there. But for the most part, it's been Madden, because that's the game I've had the most fun with recently. And I want to preface my Madden talk with saying that the rebuilds and my franchise videos are going to continue. The rebuilds for sure, because it seems like pretty much most of my subscribers are just here for the rebuilds, which is fair. You know, they do the best on my channel. I kind of see that coming. They get the most amount of feedback, most amount of likes and stuff like that. So I'm not going to stop doing the rebuilds. I also really enjoy, you know, making rebuilds. And the franchise videos I enjoy as well. I like recording the commentaries afterwards. They do take a little bit of time though, I have to say, because playing the games can take like an hour, and then editing the games can take like another hour and a half. Recording the commentary takes, you know, however long the video is really, unless I mess up, and then rendering it out takes a while, but that's like all part of the process, you know. I understood that going into it. But those videos will continue as well, so my Texans... Anyway, my franchise videos will continue, so that's the Texans franchise and the 49ers fantasy franchise. Those will both be continued series. Now about the other Madden content that I've uploaded. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm sure you have, I've been very lackluster with the MUT drafts and the MUT seasons, and that's just because I'm not really having all that much fun playing against people in that game. I don't know why. I'm just not really into online head-to-head in Madden 18. I feel like a lot of people aren't. Most of the people who make online head-to-head videos have some kind of like themed series. Like I know Bangle has the Power of Peterson thing. I think that just ended though. But Beard Mobox is one of my other favorite YouTubers. He has the whole Powered Up Rogers, I think something called like that. I don't know. It's some kind of Ultimate Team series where it's like a pack and play sort of thing, you know. That's kind of what people are doing. Just straight up vanilla MUT seasons isn't really getting viewed much. To be fair though, Gaming Nut. I almost forgot his name. I watch his videos a lot. I really think he makes some high quality Madden Seasons videos. I think they're interesting to me. I actually like watching MUT Seasons videos, but I know like Jerome hasn't uploaded a MUT Seasons one, I think, at all, except for maybe Weekend League. And then MUT drafts are a bit more favorable from people to upload and to watch and stuff like that. But again, I've just not really been having that much fun recording them. I don't know. I've been way more into the rebuilds and the franchise videos so far. Maybe that'll change at some point, because around the time of Christmas is usually where I start getting really into Mutt, because I like that promo a lot. I like the presents. I think they're fun. You know, you just randomly get a random card at sometime in December or January, whenever they're gonna open. But like, yeah, I really like the Christmas promos and stuff like that, so I'll probably get back into it for that. Maybe even Thanksgiving, if they can have a cool Thanksgiving promo this year. But I think that's all I wanted to touch on about my future videos and just possible schedule. So pretty much what it's going to be is that I'm going to have a rebuild and hopefully those franchise videos every week. So that's 3 videos right there, because there's the rebuild and then the 2 franchise. And I want to try to get like either a World War II just live game, or a Road to Commander, or a commentary or something every week too. The goal is 4 videos a week, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to stick to that, because college is getting college. You know, it's been that way for a while, having a lot of assignments. It's kind of hard to juggle this, especially since I'm at a bigger campus now too. So like, I'm at a much larger campus in general. Like, it's like 10 times the amount of people that went to my last campus, and the campus is just massive. So most of my time honestly is spent like walking between buildings and walking back to my apartment and stuff like that. So I know obviously most of my time isn't spent doing that, but it just feels that way because I feel like I'm walking a lot. I don't know, doesn't matter. But yeah, I mentioned this before, how I'm not able to upload like every day, but you know, the ideal goal is to upload like 4 times a week, 3 times minimum if I can. I try to upload every other day. Sometimes it doesn't work, because sometimes I have assignments I just really have to do, because I procrastinate a lot. I wrote I think it was like a 5-page paper actually just yesterday, because it was due the day I'm recording this, and I had like a full month to write that, and I just decided to do it the day before. Doesn't matter though, I don't know why I'm talking about school. But anyway, I thought I should mention this. I actually have a Microsoft Word document, because I wanted to like organize all my thoughts clearly, just so I'm not going all over the place on this video, because now I'm going to talk about my opinions on World War II, and it's a rather extensive list, much longer than the introduction was, and that introduction was longer than I wanted it to be, but that's okay. Also, before I get into this again, let me just say that I'm not sure what the gameplay is going to be behind this. I have a couple ideas of what I can throw behind, but I'm also not sure how long this video is going to be, because I'm not watching anything as I'm doing this. I'm reading off my Microsoft Word document pretty much, and I'm just talking into my microphone, so I'll just fit some gameplay behind this. Hopefully it's not like super long. I hope it's not like 20 minutes. That would be kind of a long time, but if it is, then so be it. I'm uploading a 20-minute video. I don't think that's that big of a problem. But now, finally, to get into my thoughts and opinions about World War II. Excuse me again. So I'm going to start with the good stuff, because that's always fun. So, very vaguely, this game is very fun. I'm having a lot of fun playing this game. I've only played solo, and I've still been able to have fun, which is a good sign, because usually when I play solo in Call of Duty games, it's far less fun than playing with a party. A lot of my friends haven't gotten this game, because like I said earlier, the past couple of Call of Duty games have been rather bland and dull, so a lot of them have moved on to different games. For the most part, it's been Rainbow Six. That's what a lot of my close friends have been playing recently, or they just have stopped playing like Xbox really entirely. It's definitely a possibility. So yes, I've been playing by myself for a lot of these. Again, actually I don't think I mentioned this, but I'm only like level 20. I'm not like, you know, I don't have the most well-rounded opinion on this game, because I haven't really experienced everything the game has to offer yet. But just initial impressions, game's very fun, and it's been fun for me just playing solo, which is a great sign, because then that means when I play with my friends, it's going to be even more fun, and it's gonna make for some good videos, I think, and just for some good times in general. Another point I want to make is that gun balance seems okay so far, but again, I'm only level 20, so I haven't really used everything. Not everything has been used on me, so like I'm not sure if there's any class of guns that just melts rather than others. Everything that I've used so far has seemed kind of balanced, you know, up until my level 20-ness. So pretty much I've just been using the STG a lot, because I think that is actually like clearly the best assault rifle. So far, at least up until where I am now, it's definitely been the best assault rifle. M1 Garand isn't the greatest. It's not bad. It has a fantastic reload sound though, but it's not that great because the recoil is insane on it, and you shoot like twice and you're like almost looking straight up. I swear, it's hard to hit 2 shots consecutively with that thing. And then the first assault rifle you unlock, I don't remember what the name of it is. It's not bad. It shoots very quickly. I almost said crickly. What is that? It shoots very rapidly, but it has a very small clip, so I find myself reloading after like every gunfight. I do that most of the time anyway, but with that gun I feel like I actually have to. But yeah, the STG seems like the best, but yeah, I haven't used everything. I heard the bar isn't bad. I'm not sure how it works. I think I may have gotten killed by it like 3 times, so I have a very limited opinion about all of the guns in this game, but just from like a starter perspective, the STG seems like the best. And from the SMGs that I've unlocked so far, in my opinion, I prefer the Grease Gun or the Type 100. Those are like one of the first two you unlock. I really like the Grease Gun. I don't know why. It's just satisfying to me to get kills with it. It doesn't shoot very quickly. It has a decent amount of damage. It's like a 3-shot kill from close range, and it shoots actually really slowly. It's not the greatest, but it's pretty fun. I don't know. I just like using it. It's satisfying getting kills with. I just like the way it sounds too. I don't know. And the Type 100 I find is very good with a suppressor. If you have that one division, I forgot what it's called, Airborne maybe? If you have that division, it's very fun running around with a suppressor on the Type 100. That thing shoots rather quickly and actually has a really, I think it has a pretty big magazine size. I think it's like more than 30, maybe more than 40 even, I'm not sure. The PPSH is another popular gun I've seen, but I'm not the best with it. To be fair, I don't know why, I'm just not that good with it. I can't melt people like I get melted with it. It doesn't shoot nearly as fast as the other PPSH if I'm correct there. I'm pretty sure it shoots much slower than like the World at War PPSH. I'm not sure, I don't remember if they brought a PPSH in Black Ops 3 or not. Obviously I know they did in Zombies, but I don't remember in multiplayer. That doesn't really matter. But yeah, I suck with the PPSH, so I don't have a very high opinion of the gun. It's definitely not bad though. I've been killed by it quite a bit. It does look like it has melting potential, but I just miss a lot of shots with it. I don't know, I'm still rusty. This is like the first Call of Duty game I've been able to play consistently in a while, so my shot's definitely not back yet. And just to mention quickly about snipers, because I'm not going to mention about LMGs or shotguns, because I honestly have like no experience with those. I may have gotten like 4 kills, like combined with all of the LMGs, and I think I have like 10 kills with that first shotgun because I was just running around trying it out. It wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't horrible. It does get a lot of hit markers though. But for the snipers, considering my level, I have only used the Lee Enfield really. The Carabin I think is the first one you unlocked. I didn't bother with that because I heard it's like the Dragunov, and I just read the description. It's like semi-auto. It's like a one-shot from like the chest up, and those aren't I don't like those snipers that much. But the Lee Enfield is supposed to be like a bolt-action one-shot kill sniper. Only stipulation with the Enfield is that it does get a lot of hit markers for me. It seems like you have to hit them like upper body again to get a kill, but it seems a little more consistent than the Carabin. I hope the name of that gun is the Carabin. I could totally just be getting it wrong. Pardon that cough again. But anyway, it seems like in general though the consensus for the best sniper is the Kar 98K. I've seen some insane clips with it on Twitter and on YouTube of people just going off. That gun seems like a lot of fun to use. I will definitely have to use that when I get to the appropriate level. But also the Springfield, is that what it's called? I think that gun doesn't seem bad either. It seems really good for trick shotting because I'm under the impression that it is the most powerful sniper in the game so far. I think that's true, and it seems like it's going to be a good candidate for trick shotting because it doesn't seem like it'll get hit markers. I don't think it shoots that quickly though, so for like actual sniping it doesn't seem that amazing. It kind of reminds me of the DSR, just from what people are saying. I don't know if it shoots faster or if it shoots slower than the DSR. I haven't used it yet, but just in general, I just wanted to mention that it seems like the Kar 98K seems to be the best out of all the snipers. Now, my next point here is that the graphics and the gun sounds are just phenomenal. I really like what Sledgehammer did with all of this. I think it made the gun sounds sound very kind of nostalgic in a sense, because it really does bring you back to like COD 5 and that kind of era. Like especially, I mentioned this earlier with the M1 Garand reload sound. It's just so clean and crisp, and it sounds awesome. That's a weird thing to talk about, but I think you guys can kind of agree with me on that if you've heard it. It just sounds really nice to use. And anyway, the weapons just sound gritty and they sound dirty, and it fits the time period very nicely. It fits the time frame very well with the whole World War II aesthetic, and I think that sounds nice. Also, the snipers just sound super powerful, and it's extremely satisfying to get a kill with a sniper rifle on somebody. It's just nice to hear. The hit marker sounds nice. The headshot sound and like the kill cam, or like the the play of the game, the headshot sound in that sounds so clean. It's just, I don't know, I really like the aesthetics of the game. The maps have like a rather dull color palette in some cases, but that makes sense since it's World War II. It's supposed to be gritty, all that good stuff, and supposed to be dirty, but they also have some vibrant colors which kind of liven up the maps, and I really like what that looks like. My next point here is about game modes. The game modes seem to flow relatively well from what I've noticed. I've only played a handful. I've played Team Deathmatch, I've played Domination, and I've played War, but I'll touch on War in a second. But so far, the spawns are rather strong, though. This is a bit of a counter to the whole game flow being good, but the spawns seem rather strong, but that's not all bad, because it's nice to have very anchored spawns and stuff like that. That's a good thing in some cases, because you don't want the spawns to flip right when somebody walks like halfway like over the map and like right into your spawn. Like if there's just one person in your spawn, they shouldn't flip like crazy, because that's not really fair, I don't think, because it allows the other people to get better angles at you and stuff like that. But in the map specifically, USS Texas, let me say something, I hate this map. I really don't like how it's played so far, but anyway, the USS Texas is a bad example of the spawns, because they are so extremely strong that you can have like 3 people patrolling the one spawn, and then the other team will still spawn there and kind of get spawn trapped, which is a problem. And on the other side, on the flip side, if you're like that one lone person running around on the spawn, maybe 2 lone people running around on the spawn trying to get kills, it's really easy to get overwhelmed because they're all spawning around you and they're just coming from such a variety of angles. It's really hard to try to like get a nice spawn trap going, but if you're playing recklessly like that, it's really easy to die. But that's not, you know, all that bad, because like I said earlier, you don't want the spawns to flip from one person, so I guess that's not the worst thing in the world. But now I'm going to talk about War, and War is such a fun game mode in this game. When I heard they were bringing War back, I thought it was going to be like the initial War from World at War, or like Momentum from Advanced Warfare. Those games were fun, right? You had to like capture these, I'm going to refer to them as like kind of hard points, because that's sort of what they were, but it just took a lot longer to capture them. So you had to like go and capture this hard point, and it's like the central one in the middle. If your team captured it, it progressed more into the spawn of the other team. And then by capturing them, you can get momentum, or get, I forgot what it was called in World at War, I don't know, but you can get momentum and capture them faster and get the game over with faster. But if the other team had like a crazy surge, you know, they would kill all your team, they can capture it back, and then they can get momentum. It was a very fun game mode. But they changed that up a lot, and I think it's for the better. So in some cases, it's very similar to what War used to be, in the sense that you capture one objective to move on to another objective, to move on to another objective. The only difference here is that the other team can't really like shift the momentum the other way, because if the other team stops you from capturing an objective, I think the game ends and it switches sides. So you have the offensive side, who most of the time is trying to get like a tank through an area, or trying to gather intel, or trying to shoot down planes or something. And if you succeed in that, you just keep progressing in your mission. But if the defending team stops you at any of those given points, because I think there's like time intervals for each of those sections that you have to like try to accomplish. So if the other team stops you at any of those time intervals and it just goes to 0, I'm pretty sure the defending team wins. I think that's how it works, and it's just a lot of fun because you get a lot of kills. It's very high action. It kind of encourages people to play the objective a little bit. I'm not sure how empirical this is, but it seems like it encourages people to play the objective because it doesn't display your deaths. It just displays your kills, your defends, and like how many times you've built something. So since the deaths aren't displayed, I feel like people are gonna be like less cautious of their stats, and they're just gonna run in and just die a whole bunch of times, because you can get like 30 kills, but then you could have also died like 50 times and no one's gonna know. It doesn't really matter. I don't think that really plays too much of a role. But I just wanted to mention that about the game, because it is this game mode is a lot of fun. Only thing that I have a little bit of a problem with, this is a very small thing. One of the maps, I don't know if this is the case for all of them, but I'm pretty sure War changes depending on the map you're playing. The one map, I forgot what the map's called or what you have to do, but I think the attacking team has to gather intel from this house, and then they have to build a bridge. Then they have to like get ammo for the tank and then shoot down the people or something like that. I don't know. Something like that. But the one stage in that when you have to build the bridge, it's very bland and very like stagnated, if that's a word. I think it is, because either team is just across the bridge, and you can't get close to the other team really, because you can't pass a certain point or you die. I think that's how it works. You can't pass a certain point on either side, so you can't like go and spawn trap them. You can't really flank much. This kind of reduces flanking, but it also makes it so players just can't get spawn trapped like crazy, which is a good thing. But it does reduce flanking, because a lot of times on that map in particular, with the whole bridge situation, there's people just sniping on either side of the bridge, and all I want to do is take out an SMG and put a suppressor on that and just flank around the back and kill all those guys sniping to help my team build a bridge. I feel like they should try to like move the safe zone up a little bit on either side or something, just to allow for that, because other than that, it's pretty much just people camping in buildings with snipers picking people off trying to build the bridge, or people camping with the mounted machine guns trying to kill people across the bridge. It's just very slow and very tedious and annoying. I don't really like that aspect of that game mode on that specific map though. I haven't played all the maps yet, so I can't really speak for all of them. I think I played 2. I don't remember what the other one was called, but I didn't have any problems with the other one. I know that much. But yeah, that's just my slight problem with War, but other than that, it's such a fun game mode. I think just War alone is a good reason to get this game because the War game mode is a lot of fun. It's very new. I like it, and it's just a good thing, you know, about the game. Now I'm going to move on to the bad stuff. There's not that much to talk about here. I have a couple bullet points, but they're not that like extensive. It's very like nitpicky at this point. Well, aside from the first one, my first bullet point is actually kind of like a little bit more major than the rest. I think espionage is way too overpowered. For those of you who don't know what espionage is, I'm not sure what these things are called in the game, what it's actually called, but it's like you get like a list of perks you can choose from pretty much. It's kind of like they don't have direct perks in the game. They have like classes you can choose which come with some perks, and then these little, I don't know what they're called, but whatever espionage is a part of, I just clicked my mouse, I'm sorry if you heard that, but whatever espionage is a part of, it's like little extra perks you can add on. And if you guys have played Modern Warfare 3, espionage is essentially Recon Pro. So if you shoot somebody, they stay on the radar for a couple seconds, like the red dot stays there, and you can see them moving around. It's not like a UAV sweep. They're permanently on the radar for like 5 seconds, and you can see where they're going. If you just shoot them, if you hit them with a flash grenade, if you melee them and get a hit marker, just if you damage them at all, they are on the radar for like 5 seconds for everybody on your team. The issue with this is that I think it's way too long to be on the radar for 5 seconds. I'm pretty sure I'm Marksman if you don't know who he is. I didn't watch his video, but I watched iTemp. I watched iTemp's video about this game, and he referenced Marksman in it. So Marksman mentioned something, I think, about that he thinks it should be 3 seconds long and only personal, which I think is a very good change to this, an alteration to this that could make it not super overpowered anymore. Because yeah, it would be nice that like you shoot somebody and they run away. It would be nice to track them for a little while, but I don't think it should notify, like, it doesn't notify you, I guess, but I don't think it should be on everybody on your team's radar. I think it should just be on yours, and it should be less than 5 seconds, because 5 seconds is a long time. So you have to take 5 seconds out of your time playing if you're marked, to just sit back and wait until you're not marked, or you can just go ahead and challenge him like I do sometimes and die. But if you're a smart player, you probably run back a little bit and try to get some cover or something. But I think that this should be nerfed a little bit. I'm sure they will. Honestly, Sledgehammer seems rather responsive, so I feel like they are going to nerf this a little bit. Also, the other problem with this is that along with being very powerful, it's like the first unlock you get for these things. I'm really mad that I'm blanking on them, but this like list of perks you get, like extra perks, it's the first one you get. So if you just started creating a class, you have espionage on. I didn't even know what it was until like yesterday because I just didn't notice. Like I noticed, you know, people being on the radar after I shoot them, and then, you know, I run away and I kill them or something. But then I didn't know why that was happening. I thought maybe that was just in the game. Who knows? But yeah, espionage, you just have it right away. Like you can go completely unaware of having it on, because you just get it like with all of your classes immediately. And I think you should either unlock it later if they're going to keep the whole 5 seconds thing and then the whole idea that it shows up for everybody on your team. I think you should unlock it like near last, because that is a very good perk then. Or they should just nerf it down and you can still unlock it right away. If you only have it for yourself, I think that's ideal here, that you only have it for yourself for 3 seconds. I think that's the way to go. Maybe they can add another one that is what it is now, you know, the whole 5 second thing for everybody in your team. Maybe they can implement something like that, but have it like the last unlock, because it's just a way better version of that. But yeah, anyway, that's my 2 cents on espionage. I think that's the biggest bad part, like the most glaring negative about this game so far. Another thing I want to say is that although I mentioned the game modes play fairly well, some of them kind of play slowly. Like Team Deathmatch, in a sense, plays pretty slowly in this game. But I think the reason for this is because this is like the first boots on the ground game in a while, aside from Modern Warfare Remastered, like the first new Call of Duty game that's boots on the ground. So people are still trying to get used to, you know, running on the ground again, rather than just being able to jump up and wall run and like just flank everybody from every different angle. So I think it causes people to play a little bit more back, play a little bit more passively. But I think this will change over time once people start becoming more familiar with the game and with the game modes and the guns and stuff like that. I think this one will definitely change. I don't think this is going to stay the same for a while. And that's also just Team Deathmatch is what I noticed, because Team Deathmatch is always slower than every other game mode. That's expected because all the newer players play Team Deathmatch. It's the most populated game mode. So you kind of got to expect that people are going to play slowly, because those aren't the best players most of the time. But that's just another very minor thing I have wrong with the game. And my last little bullet point here is that domination should allot more points for each kill. I think it's a little unrealistic to get 10 kills for a UAV. I think that's kind of what it turns out to be. That's a little insane because I think it's 50 kills or 50 points a kill. I think that's how it works, if I'm not mistaken. So a UAV I think is 500 points. So that's 10 points or 10 kills each at 50 in order to get a UAV. Obviously, I know you can capture an objective, and I understand that they're trying to encourage people to play the objective more, but I still think they should increase the kills, maybe to 75, maybe to 100. I want to say 100. Because I think that's what Black Ops 2 had, and I feel like that's what like Call of Duty's after that implemented as well. But Black Ops 2 I think was nice because you got a lot of points for capturing the objective, which definitely encouraged people to do so. And then you could also like defend the objective and kill people around it trying to capture it and still get your score streaks. I think that's how it should work. I don't think score streaks should be that unattainable in a game mode like Domination. Like the lowest score streak or like the second low, whatever Recon is, maybe like the third lowest score streak shouldn't be 10 kills. I'm not sure what the last one is, but I'm pretty sure it's like past 30 kills. You have to get like 30 consecutive kills or something like that in order. You have to get a nuclear, if that's even a thing in this game, in order to get the last score streak in Domination if you don't capture anything, which is very unlikely because the odds of you not capturing at least a home flag or like killing somebody trying to capture a flag, I'm sure you get like a little bit of a boost for like defenders or attacking kills or like or what are they called? Capture kills? Yeah, capture kills. You probably get like a little bit of boost in pointage for those. But yeah, that was just another slight thing I wanted to mention, that Domination should definitely award more points for kills. And then I just have a couple miscellaneous notes at the end here. I have not yet played Zombies, so I didn't touch on that at all because I don't have an opinion on it. I saw a couple like pictures, like posters like posted on Twitter, and the zombies look awesome. Like the graphics look so cool. I'm actually excited to go play Zombies whenever that happens. And not yet. Maybe I will upload it. I'll have to get I'll have to get the hang of Zombies down before I do that, but I definitely want to try to go at it. But yeah, in general, I really do enjoy this game. As you can probably tell, I mentioned way more positives, I think, than negatives. But I really enjoy this. I really enjoy this game, and I'm happy to finally enjoy a Call of Duty game again. Because the last game that I enjoyed playing, slightly, okay, I want to say this slightly because I didn't extremely love this game, but the last game that I somewhat enjoyed playing was Ghosts. I know that's gonna sound weird because a lot of people hated Ghosts, but let me just explain my rationale for that. So Ghosts wasn't, in my opinion, a horrible game, but it wasn't an amazing game. It was just kind of there. It was very bleh, had a very, very bland color palette. The hit detection was phenomenal though, that's always a good thing. The guns weren't anything to like write home about. The maps weren't very interesting. It was just kind of there. It was like a decent filler game. I think it was better than the most recent Call of Duties we've had, in my opinion. This is all my opinion, of course. Opinion alert. Ghosts wasn't horrible to me. Also, that's when I started getting into YouTube, so that probably has some impact on it because I enjoyed messing around with that game with friends, and that's like the more recent memories I have of that game. It's just messing around in search and rescue and like just playing with friends, because that was like one of the last games that all my friends actually got and we all actively played. After that, I think that was the last straw for a lot of my friends because they stopped playing the game as frequently as they used to. But yeah, that was the last game I kind of enjoyed out of the most recent ones. Like Black Ops 3, honestly, I didn't like. Infinite Warfare, I played for about 20 minutes, so I cannot give my opinion on that. And what was another one? Advanced Warfare, I liked for like a week. And then I got really tired of the movement and the whole supply drop system. But yeah, I really enjoy playing a Call of Duty game that's new and refreshing. It's kind of funny seeing that a refreshing Call of Duty game is in World War II, even though you would think that would be like very obvious what they're going to do. But I really like how they made this game. I like that they finally are going back in time and not just further into the future. And the community as a whole seems to really be enjoying this game, which is a plus because that'll keep the YouTube community happy, and it'll make people keep uploading World War II, which I think is a great thing for the Call of Duty scene as a whole. And the competitive scene looks like they're going to be liking it. I know a lot of pro players on Twitter are tweeting that they really enjoy this game and it's going to be fun again. A lot of people are saying Call of Duty's back, and they're saying that it's like a fun game again and all that stuff. I understand this is all kind of the honeymoon phase, but a lot of the people saying this didn't say this about the recent games. So that gives me some faith in this game that it's going to hold up over at least half the year, because games, well, for me, Call of Duty usually gets rather bland in like February. If it's a good game, it gets rather bland in like February or March. That's when I kind of like tone down my playing of it. But up until like Christmas and January, I'm like going ham. Like I'm playing it all the time. It's a lot of fun. Except for last year, I really didn't have any reason to play that game that much. I wasn't having much fun with it. But also, it seems like, I mentioned this earlier, that Sledgehammer seems to be really responsive with the problems of their game. I know they're like pretty active on Twitter. Whoever runs Sledgehammer, I don't know, but I know a bunch of people tweeting about the game and like talking about the problems with it and how they're going to fix it. They're probably going to have some updates in the coming weeks addressing some of the issues. And I should also mention that I have not yet played the campaign, or I've also not seen anything about the campaign. So I didn't want to touch on that because I have no idea what it's all about. I think I saw like the first 10 seconds of the open mission because I clicked on Nobody Epic's video by mistake once. But I'll probably get to watching all those at some point, and I'll probably get to playing it as well. I haven't played a Call of Duty campaign since Black Ops 2. Honestly, I think that's the last campaign I've played, which is a problem. I just haven't had any initiative to play the campaigns. I heard the Ghost campaign was pretty good, but then after that I have no idea what the campaigns were all about. My favorite was COD 4, going all the way back to COD 4. That was a fantastic campaign, but that's not that's not to be discussed in this video. But anyway, that is my whole ramble about World War II and how much I like it. I think this game has a lot of potential. It's going to be a lot of fun for the whole year. How long have I been recording this for? 31 minutes. That's some time. I'm gonna have to find some other gameplay to throw over this. I had my microphone hidden during this video because I don't want to see how long I've been recording for. Honestly, I didn't think it was going to be over like 20 minutes, but I did ramble on for a while. So I'm sorry for a 30-minute Call of Duty video just talking about the game, but I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this. I'm not sure how this works. I'm not sure how this is going to work. I mean, hopefully it gets some decent amount of views. I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. One last time, I very much like this game. I just want to reiterate that again. I don't want to try to, like, you know, I don't want to highlight the weaknesses too much because I don't think there's really that many there other than espionage, but that'll probably get fixed. But yes, I do really like this game. I'm excited to keep playing it, especially with friends and stuff like that whenever that time comes. But anyway, I'm sorry this video is so long, but I hope you guys stuck around till the end. Thank you guys very much for watching if you did, and you know, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.